Oh, son, here is 2 things you can have in your tool belt in life that will serve you better than most things. This is something that David Goggins preaches. And these things are related to confidence, they're related to suffering, and they're also related to growing as a person. First thing is to build confidence. Motivation fades. Discipline fades if your mind is not organized. But there are 2 tools that you can use. The first one is how you actually gain the confidence, and that is by having a resume list. You can lie to everybody in your life except for yourself, because you're the only one that closes your eyes on your pillow at night and is alone with your own thoughts. You can't fake it in your mind, be like, well, I did that, unless you're a schizophrenic. Yeah, I did all that shit. No, you're not fooling yourself. You're only just lying to people. So have a resume list of shit that you have been through, shit that you have accomplished, things that make you feel proud. And then you might walk with your chest up and your shoulders back and feel a little bit better. Now the second thing is your cookie jar. This is a point that he made that I found very interesting, and it resonated with me very well. And he said, whenever you go about life and you start suffering in some things, he preaches the thing to do something that sucks every day, so it kind of builds a tolerance towards suffering. Because you have different things in life that will make you suffer that are external sources that you have no control of. Be it you have a little depressive episode, be it your car breaks down, be it someone in your family dies, forbidden. All these things that are outside sources that you have no control over, really. You need to have a cookie jar to deal with this suffering. Because whenever you are going through suffering, he said, I was doing my first 100-mile race. I sat down in a chair 70 miles in straight, and I was pissing blood. Shit was coming out of his ass in public, on a street, racing in a track on a race. Blood was coming out of his piss. Shit was coming out of his ass. His ass was bleeding and like hamburger meat. It was so raw. And he said, you forget suffering. You forget all the times in your past that you have suffered whenever you're going through immense torture. And he said, you need to have a cookie jar that you dip into of moments where you've gone through shit in the past, that you can tap into that energy that you used to break through the mold, tap into that energy that you use during those other times of suffering. He talks about all the things he's been through, and it resonated with me because I find myself doing this. Say I'm doing something, I'm putting myself to the absolute limit in the gym or on the job site, and I'm just fucking it's so goddamn hot outside, 105 degrees, and you're just melting, and you still got halfway to go on the job, and you persevere through it. You dip into that cookie jar. Just imagine it like a real cookie jar. You got oatmeal, you got chocolate chip, maybe you got some macadamia nut. All these are different times. For me, my biggest cookie, what's the best cookie I like? I don't really eat cookies that much, but it'd probably be like a macadamia nut. That would be my autoimmune disorder. Or all of a sudden I wake up one day, I'm fat as fuck, and I just got abscesses all over my body, and I live in pain for the next 2 years, going through a box of Band-Aids every week, 100 Band-Aids every week. Pulling the Band-Aids off and leaving scars because it pulls my skin off. These blisters then getting infected on top of the others. Feeling like a fucking freak. Feeling like an outcast. That's one of them. But still putting on a smile and a happy face despite all my suffering. There's my first cookie. What is my second cookie? Accidentally shooting myself in the leg like an idiot, having to be life-flighted and put on intensive care, and then afterwards feeling like fucking Cheddar Bob because I did something so stupid. Some other cookies that are smaller, little throwaway chocolate chip cookies. Automobile accident. Have my car stolen. Being evicted from my house. Childhood trauma. All these things are little cookies you can tap into and be like, hey, motherfucker. You went through all this shit and you're thinking about giving up right now? You persevered through the other shit, so what is another hour? What is another 2 hours? What is another 2 days for a lifetime of another cookie? Another time, another docket to your resume, to be confident, to know you are about what you think, to be able to tell yourself the truth, be truthful to yourself and not lie to yourself, and really be about it. You need to make this cookie jar, dog. Become the cookie fucking monster, bro. Start, cookie, that type of shit, dog. You have to make this life worth living. And what I found is whenever you sit in comfort all day, it is not good. I used to smoke weed every single day, all day long. I had a dab rig I used so much and was so lazy that it had mold and it had a whole ecosystem growing in it. Same with the bong. Go through a gram of wax a day, which normally lasts people like a month. Go through fucking 10 grams of bud a day. Sell enough just to keep smoking while I'm in high school. Just absolute hedonistic behaviors. You need to live with morals and parameters. And you need to suffer a little bit. You can't be comfortable all this time. So you need to suffer. So if you're suffering, you need things that will push you through the suffering. This motivation, this discipline, these things, people put discipline on a pedestal nowadays. You can't be disciplined if you don't have a clear mind. If your mind is polluted with garbage, if your mind is just disorganized, you will have no room for discipline. Discipline will become like motivation to you. So, gather your cookie jar, son, and go out on your journey. Have a great day. Chase paper and enjoy nature. It gets better.